Yes, I came to Nanaimo in 1970, and I absolutely loved the harbor city, or the hub city, or as sometimes it was called, the Sun Porch of Canada. But I don't love the skyrocketing taxes that keep coming at us out of City Hall. As a reporter, I know the value of good questions, and I will bring that skill to the council table, as asking good questions is the way to get good information, which is the only way to make good decisions. As the author of NANAIMO Info blog, I have watched and reported on City Hall for the past 6 years, and I know how City Hall works. There are many special interest groups eager to spend your money. I know how they present themselves to City Council, and I have watched them make their case. I would like to represent a new special interest group at City Hall, which is made up of the average NANAIMO taxpayer who just wants services at a price that they can afford from a City Hall that will listen and value their input. We already have a level of taxation where 50% of the citizens say enough is enough. We need to freeze our taxes. We need to have a core review so that we know where we need to spend our money, and we need to stop wasting tax dollars at City Hall. We're told that the only way to hold the line on city taxes is by cutting our service levels, yet there is a long list of expenditures that had absolutely nothing to do with the level of service that we can get from our city. $5 million a year is costing us to keep open the convention center, which doesn't seem to be able to attract any conventions. If we could sell this $70 million and recover the money that we have put into it, we could retire the debt, and we could put a sizable amount of money back into the taxpayer's bank account. We're offering a $10 million tax exemption to this particular hotel that's going to be built supposedly behind the convention center, but it's not going to have any real impact on the number of rooms that are available for conventions, so arguably it is not going to do what it was intended to do when it was offered the $10 million of tax exemption. That tax exemption goes across the entire city, by the way. We're giving a $300,000 tax exemption to a pub in the train station. Taxpayers are going to spend at least $7 million on a trestle bridge that really the Port Authority needs very much. Nanaimo taxpayers don't need so much. Why the Port Authority isn't paying the full freight on this trestle is a real question. We built a $16 million at least building that we built without going to a public tender, that shiny new staff office behind City Hall. We could have stayed, top right, in the existing annex for anywhere from not costing us anything to maybe $1.5 million, but instead we've sold that building now for $1. Before building the shiny new office, we could have bought Dunsmuir Place for about $5.5 million, which is 40% bigger than the building we actually wound up with. These are how your tax dollars get spent. We have spent $2.5 million, and we're still counting, trying to solve a non-existent dam problem at Colliery Dams Park. We spent $200,000 on a fancy schmancy new end wall on a $300,000 building at 25 Victoria Road. We have spent $120,000 to $140,000, depending on whose number, for one new public toilet in Diana Krall Plaza. One of the things that a core review has to look at is the level of wages and compensation packages that we're paying to our top managers at City Hall. This table shows you the top 8 money earners at City Hall between 2008 and 2013. It shows you the kind of increases that they received during that time frame. 2008, as we all know, is when the economy went sideways. Our retirement funds weren't necessarily what we thought they were going to be, and we were darn happy just to hang on to a job so we could put food on the table. During that same time frame, our city manager, who was earning nearly $200,000 a year, felt entitled to another $40,000 a year. Some of these wage increases could almost be classed as obscene given the current economic climate. But nobody's reviewing them, and we're constantly told, well, you've got to pay the best to get the best. Yet we don't go to external competitions to fill the top spots at City Hall. So how do we know we are in fact getting the best? We do know that we are paying the best. Out of over 10,000 government workers in the province, our city manager at one time was ranked as number 43. 43 out of 10,000 people. That's right at the top of the heap. These whole wages and benefit packages need to be reassessed, and they have to be realigned with the reality that is the private sector and the reality that is the economy of the day. One of the reasons that City Hall has no problem shoveling your dollars out the door, and remember, 2008, there was $99 million went into City Hall from taxes and user fees. By 2018, that amount is budgeted to increase to $149 million. That's a 51% increase in that time frame. Where does the money come from? Well, it's as if City Hall has a no-limit credit card, and they have no problem running up as much money on that credit card as they feel like, because they are not going to be the ones that are picking up the tab. They're not going to be the ones that the bill comes due for. The people that are going to have to pick up that tab are the average NANAIMO taxpayer. On November the 15th, I would ask for your support to send me to City Hall, where I will work diligently on your behalf to make certain that we maintain a city that we can all afford to live in. Vote for Jim Taylor, November the 15th. Thank you.